We'll get to that in a minute. But first, the question is going to be, right? Why in the hell would you run and do an organized 5K? Why would you want to run a 5K? Because I'm not 5K shape right now. I mean, first thing, like me and probably tons of people, I'm too heavy, too fat. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't even run. Right, so I'd be made fun of, right? I'd be embarrassed because I'm such a big person. You know, that'd be a really good excuse. Why would you want to do a 5K? You got all those healthy and skinny people that run 5Ks, 10Ks, million Ks, whatever, and they're just like, you know, the perfect shape and can run for 6 hours at a time and eat lettuce all day, right? You know, and you go out there, it'll be odd. You know, like I said, you'll see all those people, and you know, you'll kind of have to sit in this little, you know, clique, and then you'll be like, you know, I don't even think I can run the whole thing. I might have to stop and walk because I can't breathe very well. Maybe, you know, I'm a smoker or something like that. You know, I got something. I'm heavy. I can't run. I can barely shuffle along. I just can't do it. You know, it'll just be really odd. And I don't think I'll be able to, you know, interact or anything. I don't know. And of course, the big old thing is don't you gotta train for those things? I mean, you gotta like run some distance, a lot of distance. Do I look like I run a lot of distances? No. I mean, you gotta train. You gotta. I mean, I even remember in some cases you gotta fill out some forms that say, hey, you know, if we think so and you know, look like you might be a health risk, we're going to kick you to the curb. I will tell you, that happened. In my mind, it happened when I tried to sign up, and I signed up for a 5K. My first ever organized 5K, might I add. So I make all these statements, I say all these things because why? Because, well, my fat ass went and ran an organized 5K. I didn't get kicked out or nothing. I did it. I ran a 5K. First question we talked about before, that would be the issue, right? I'm too heavy. I can't run a 5K. But I still ran a 5K. And I walked part of the 5K. And then I ran some more in the 5K. And I walked some more in the 5K. The point is I ran where I could. Okay. I walked where I could. Yeah.
We didn't go down this one.
I completed it.
Woo!
It's 3.1 miles. You got to start somewhere. Do it, right? You know, all those skinny people be there. I'm big dude, big chick, whatever's going to be there, and we'll be embarrassed. You know what? Yes, there were a lot of skinny, healthy, fast-running 5K people, 10K. There was a 50K and a half marathon. Not in that order, of course. There were very, very healthy individuals out there, and there were very, very varying degrees of age and sizes. There were people bigger than me out there, both male and female. I'm going to tell you something, too. Big dude who went, there were 66 people who performed the 5K. This was my first ever in 20 years, 5K, might I state, in 20 years at least, of running any great amount of distance / walking. And I came in 42nd out of 66 people. I beat people who were younger than me, skinnier than me. There were people that were bigger than me as well. There were people that were also much older and even younger that I ended up beating. I don't say beat because it wasn't like, you know, I did anything great, but guess what? I did do something great. I finished and I completed it. You know, the third question or third statement I say, oh, it's going to be odd. I won't know anybody, whatever. Well, that was true. I actually did have a friend invite me, and he had some friends there as well. But I made some friends. It was really cool, is that the social interaction in that area was great. Everyone's there just everyone there is just happy that you're there, wanting to meet you. You know, yes, during this time of year, If you're watching this some years later, this is 2021, still worrying about the whole COVID situation. So there was good social distancing. We wore a mask when we needed to, and didn't when we didn't need to. But the point was, is we did everything we were supposed to, but we still were able to interact, have discussions, talk, make friends, and I'm sure that with some of the people that I talked with and talked to, and even some of the organizers, it was wonderful. Great people, great people. And of course, the last question or statement was, I'm going to have to train for weeks for this, for months. Even like a guy like me, I'm going to have to train until I can get down to a really good weight so that I can run. I could use that excuse. That is correct. You could do that. Say, hey, you know what? I want to compete with the top people, so I'm going to have to drop a lot of weight. I'm going to have to run and exercise every day for weeks and months on end until I am at where I think I need to be. Or I could just quit making excuses, go out maybe not even a half dozen times prior to this actual event, do some workout, do some running activities, do some balance between running and walking, and then go do it. Go do it. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. You can go do most of these 5Ks, unless there's something, that they might put in a stipulation in some of these 5Ks. Just read it. But for the most part, almost all these 5Ks you can get into, especially the ones that you pay and you get a medal or something at the end. You get a t-shirt. I got a t-shirt, which was really awesome. I'll show a picture here of me taking a selfie. Really nice long sleeve t-shirt. Got this little wooden medal. Really nice, kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of an award. But I went, I did it, I accomplished it. I completed it. It did, when I got that 42nd place, it was 42 minutes and 17 seconds, I believe, which was really good for me, and it's a baseline that I can start with and work with while I try to do more and more. So this is the Flatlanders Canyon Crash 5K, 10K, half marathon, and 50K. That was located in southern Georgia area in the Little Grand Canyon is the nickname. I forgot the name of the city, but I'll post it up here. It is near Columbus, Georgia area location. You'll be able to find it on maps or whatever. And it was, interestingly enough, it is not, it was actually a little bit tough. Now, it prides itself as a novice runner or even experienced runner. It will challenge all of us. Yeah, it will challenge, and it challenged me greatly because you start off running flat and then you just go downhill into basically the ravine canyon area. You tool around in there, going uphill, downhill a little bit, and then you climb back up out of the ravine canyon and up on top to the finish line. That uphill part is pretty tough. It was really tough. But even when I was going downhill while keeping a jog, there were certain spots where I had to stop and do a little bit of walking. Nonetheless, I was able to run and walk and complete the entire event. So no excuses there either, right? So basically, to answer that question of why the hell would you do a 5K? Why not? There's no excuse. I'm a prime example of no excuse. I'm quite a big guy. I got my fat ass up and out, and I went and did it. I didn't win the race. I didn't beat everybody in my age group and win a first place medal for my age group or whatever. It didn't happen, but I completed it. And I enjoyed the fact that I was challenged, and I rose to that challenge. And what I was most proud about was the fact that when I tried to run 3 miles before, I ran it in 50-something minutes. This time I ran it in 42, which means I tried more. And every time I did have to stop and take a break, I kept in my mind, as soon as I as soon as I feel slightly comfortable enough, go again, start running again. And every aspect I tried to, except for that one portion of uphill, I could only walk. But everything else, I tried to run at every point I could. When I ran out of breath or I was a little bit, stressed or whatever, I stopped, walked a little bit, but in my back of my mind was go, go, go. And I tried it. And I am proud that I've gotten better. And I can only get better, right? I just keep trying, keep trying. So the point of this is just start. Just start, just do. Yes, people tell you, and if you go and watch some of the starting my own 5K and you got the couch to 5K, everyone says, yeah, you could do all this stuff and prep for this. You don't have to. You can just start and go and do one. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing preventing you. There's no regulations or rules, except for maybe some, but I haven't run across those yet, that tell you you can go and do this. And I want to answer the last question you probably are asking me right now. That my big ass went out and run a 5K. Would I do it again? Well, sir, ma'am, people, I signed up for my next one. It's April 24th. I've got about a month-ish for my next one. I'm going to run another 5K. And even more so, this 5K is completely uphill. Will I end up possibly walking the whole thing? I might. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it an effort. I just am. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. And the one great thing that I like about this is that it gets you outside. You get a little camaraderie. You get a little bit of interaction with some other people. COVID or no COVID, you still, wear the mask, whatever, you do the social distancing, but you can still have those discussions. You can still interact with people. You can kind of get out. You can break up your day, because God knows a lot of times you're stuck in the house doing the same thing over and over again. You're being restricted. You're not able to go out as much as you used to. This thing kind of is a great breakup of your day. It's a nice thing that you can do, like a 2-dayer, right? You just, you go out and maybe hit a hotel the night before, get up in the morning, go do your activity, finish off, and come back. And I will tell you, as an added little kicker at the very end of my last race, we finished off and we got together with my new friends and we tossed back a couple. It was nice. I really enjoyed this 5K. I really enjoyed the new friends I made, and I'm going with these guys. They invited me to go to this 5K. That's going to be nothing but uphill. That's going to be even harder than the one I did, and I'm all for it. I'm going to do it again. So I really do appreciate you hanging out to this end of the video, and I will tell you that I am going to, since I've got a month, I'm probably going to try and do a 0 to 5K type thing, maybe training. I'm going to try and see if I can get to a point, not for this 5K coming up, but at some point in time that I'm going to try within maybe the next month to see if I can go a 5K, at least just, even if it's just shuffling around here on the flat hills. There's no big hills that I am constantly running, where I walk 0% of the time. With that being said, I really would love it if you guys could hit that subscribe button, click that like button as well, ding the bell, or click the bell, either way. And on top of that, do me a favor. Let me ask you a question. What's preventing you from doing a 5K? Do you think you can do one? I know I can, and I did it. You can too. So let me know. Hey, even tell me, hey, if hopefully maybe this gives you a little bit of motivation and you go ahead and you decide to do one. Let me know if you're doing one. And also put something down there in the comments. If you're doing something, in and around Georgia. Who knows? I'm crazy. I might decide to go and do something too. I'm kind of caught the bug a little bit, so I'm gonna go play with either some 5Ks, and who knows, maybe I'll go to 10K. I don't know how far this will go, but that's fine with me because I'm kind of enjoying this. So yes, I will be doing more, and this is awesome, and I'm so happy, and you can see I'm enthused about the deal. So love you guys. Everything's great. Kenwood out.